I never plan the way I paint is I don't plan my work. I just go to work every day. It's not like I have to wait for a mood to paint. It's like a job for me. And I think if you want to improve your skills, which was important for me because I didn't think I had the talent to be an artist. So I had to try double hard, whatever I tried to do. So it was, I just sit before the canvas and ask my God to help me. And I would start that way. So it was like almost starting a canvas bit by bit, like writing a book. It wasn't planned. The canvas was never fully sketched out and then painted upon. It was like almost like writing a book. So it was like one image, then the other. And so as my thought process kept changing, the work kept changing. I would not analyze my work while I was doing it, but when I finished the canvas, I would sit down before it and try to see what could I have been thinking to have come up with this. So it wasn't, nothing was planned. I don't plan and I don't think of an idea like many artists do. I don't try to intellectualize my work. Whatever I do straight from the heart and at the moment, of time, and whatever happens, happens. So that's the way I paint. And initially it was very earthy colors, and then I used to be a bit scared of using colors because I was not sure how it would work on the big canvases, to cover such a large space when I'm doing very detailed things, how I would manage the color, through the whole canvas. But I dared sometime, and of course it went quite bizarre sometimes, bizarre and crazy, and it was like a riot on the canvas. But slowly I managed to temper it down. And I also used color later on because what I was actually painting was to show the wretchedness and the suffering and the pain around us, in the world. So to soften that pain of the suffering, I thought colors might, lessen the blow. That's how I started getting into colors, and I thought it worked perfectly well, and I'm quite happy now putting a little bit of more color into my work than I started off doing. So let's see my work.
To gaze at 90 works of the NID graduate and painter Milburn Cherian at the Jahangir Art Gallery in Mumbai for the next few days is to peer into a whole landscape of characters. But she says she loved the works of the famed Peter Bruegel, the elder, considered one of the most significant artists of Dutch and Flemish Renaissance painting. Milburn creates a tapestry of characters who go beyond Bruegel as she takes us on a journey of discovery through the world of the artist and offers different and, most of all, unexpected insights. Done over the past few years, here are works that form an exciting aesthetic exercise, fixed within a spider network of reflections on art and manner, the relationship of the eye to the canvas, and the beauty of human drama. But Milburn begins the landscape Peter Bruegel forward. She emulates the vision of the painter who invented the modern landscape, but also becomes a storyteller of peasant scenes, a virtuoso paintbrush, showing the beauty of the world with an abundance of details. Milburn has an unbridled imagination and ingenuity with which she develops her compositions down to the last detail. The way she develops the details of her compositions is not only full of brilliant inventions and technical bravura, but filled with a rare, intense energy. Milburn's images belong to biblical relevance and daily life patterns. The images are not pretty, not superficial, but teeming with details. They reflect exquisite craftsmanship and prepare us for a unique perspective. that help and helps us to understand pictorial presentation. Each painting is like a lesson in art history, conceived as sacred, realistic art, and the beautiful metaphor of the working spider takes on the appearance of a parable of patterns. Milburn's paintings are filled with drama. They are crowded with the choreography of peasant characters that seem to tumble out of the past. But it is her patience, precision, and penchant for observation and finer details that lends her works a renaissance rhythm. Indeed, she reinvents Bruegel's paintings in a rich and surprising narrative. It is like looking at a picture from a Shakespearean tragedy that has an epic sweep of reminiscent of one of the Bard's history plays, just as Shakespeare's histories were crowded with ordinary people, making or witnessing history, mingling the high drama of politics with earthy tales. In the same way, she reimagines narratives as tumultuous, abundant, and resonantly human. Each painting is like a tableau of dwellings, each facet including human, humble, primitive stairs, a rare pictorial frame which reflects Milburn as an artist who connects us not just with the humble culture of the past, but with a lost yet recognizable stirring of folk beliefs, the culture of the poor, illiterate, and underprivileged. Glimpsing these works means a slow silence, the artist's eye advancing along a setting populated by people, waiting to offer the artist's brush as colors. At times, you have to find the original pose and zoom in on the many characters, take in its hues, its shapes, its entire perfections and imperfections, before we understand the tonal gradations of Milburn's brush, externalizing the human ethos of time and tide. And while her people sit or glance into space lost in their own worlds, between the canvas and the time taken to form them, you know that the artist builds plan by plan, line by line, color by color, each piquant image of a painting. While some works teem with people, others remain solo, but their summation of associations are both slow and silent. The creation is made by a succession of ideations and imagery. The colors dazzle, the compositions full of rigor, the men and women in simple or exotic attire seem to belong to the moment. While the people's works are more powerful, they do much more than telling tales. They draw our attention to human frailty and human drama, one in which we can recognize our own world. These paintings are also a demonstration of something vital. The architectural details of the dwellings, tiny yet tidy, make us think of the quality of workmanship and the human hand that dwelt on intricate details so many years ago. Exceptional quality in observation and painstaking details and moments become the bedrock of creating an oeuvre such as this, which is more than historic, more than real, and full of the flavor of a millennium.